Welcome to Zoe Stories. I transformed a stranger into a woman at the gym. I swear, I only went to the gym that evening to clear my head, not to accidentally turn some random guy into a woman. But life doesn't care about plans, especially not mine. The moment I stepped into the women's locker room holding that stupid pink duffel bag I'd picked up by mistake, everything started spiraling. Inside the bag was a tiny black velvet pouch. Inside the pouch was a silver compact. And inside the compact was something absolutely not normal. When I opened it, the mirror surface shimmered like liquid mercury. And the reflection was mine. It was a woman. Beautiful. Smirking. Almost like she knew me. I gasped and shut it quickly, but too late. Because right then, the locker room door slammed open. And a sweaty, irritated guy stormed in. "Hey, that's my bag," he snapped, grabbing it out of my hands. I froze. I didn't even have time to warn him. He unzipped the pouch. He pulled out the compact. And he opened it. The air rippled. The lights flickered overhead. And the mirror glowed like a rising sun. He staggered back, choking on his breath, his hands clawing at his skin as if something underneath was trying to push out. What's happening to me? Before I could move, the shimmer from the compact wrapped around him, lifting him off his feet, twisting around his body like liquid silk. His voice cracked. His chest pushed forward. His waist tightened. His hair spilled down his shoulders in long, dark waves. In less than 10 seconds, he wasn't a he anymore. A woman in a sports bra and leggings crashed down onto the bench, panting, trembling, and staring at her own new curves in shock. Her lips parted. What did you just do to me?" And all I could say was, "I swear I didn't mean to." But deep down, a tiny whisper inside me wondered if that compact had chosen me on purpose. The gym felt too quiet after the transformation, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. The newly transformed woman sat hunched over on the bench, arms wrapped around her new body, every breath shaky and sharp. Her long hair, dark, silky, unnaturally perfect, fell across her shoulders like it had always belonged there. But her eyes told the truth. She had no idea who she was anymore. I took a slow step toward her, hands raised in surrender. "Listen, I know you're scared." "Scared?" Her voice cracked before she even finished the word. "Do I look like I'm—" Oh God, my voice. Why does it sound like this? She cupped her throat, staring at me wide-eyed like I had pulled the world out from under her feet. Her panic spread through the room like static. Okay, just breathe," I said, even though my own lungs were on strike. She shot up suddenly, wobbling on legs that didn't seem to obey her. "Turn me back.
Right now."
"Undo it." "I can't." "What do you mean you can't?" She shoved the compact into my hands as if it were burning her. The silver surface sparked weakly, but no ripple, no glow, just a dull mirror now reflecting her new face. She stared at it, horrified, running her fingers over features that she didn't recognize.
Her cheekbones.
Her fuller lips. Her lashes long enough to touch her brows. She flinched away from her own reflection. "What did that thing do to me?" she whispered. "I don't know," I admitted. "I found it by mistake. I wasn't even supposed to open it." She backed away from me, step by trembling step, shaking her head. "This is a nightmare. I'm dreaming. This can't be real." Her foot hit a dumbbell, and she nearly fell. I grabbed her arm on instinct. She jerked away, but didn't pull free. Her eyes were glistening with fear, but something else too. Confusion, disbelief, a swirl of emotions none of us had words for. "What's your name?" I asked softly. She hesitated. Her mouth opened, closed, opened again. A deep breath. "I don't know anymore." The honesty hit me harder than any punch I'd taken during boxing training. She pressed her palms to her face. "Why can't I think straight? My head feels foggy, like someone rearranged my memories." I swallowed. Maybe someone did. Before I could say anything, she suddenly stood straighter, snapping her gaze at the compact in my hands. "Try it again," she ordered. "Maybe it needs, I don't know, time? Or energy? Or just open it. I flipped the compact open. Nothing happened. Just her reflection, unfamiliar to her, but painfully real, staring back. She let out a strangled laugh. Of course this would happen to me. Look, I said, trying to steady my voice. We'll figure this out. There has to be a way to reverse it. You don't understand, she whispered. I have a job interview in 2 hours. She gave a bitter, humorless laugh. Not exactly going to work like this. I forced a breath. Okay, we'll hide you, and we'll figure out the compact later. She shot me a glare. Hide me? Are you insane? I can't walk out like. Right then, 2 women entered from the main gym hallway. Her eyes widened. She froze. Reflexively, she grabbed my wrist and yanked me behind the row of lockers with her. Her breathing turned shallow. Quick. Don't let them see me, she hissed. I peeked around the corner. The 2 women were chatting while grabbing their water bottles, paying us no mind. Still, I felt the stranger's fingers gripping my wrist tight. Too tight. She was shaking. Silent panic rolled off her like heat. Why are they in the women's locker room? She whispered. Because you're in the women's locker room, I said gently. She blinked, confused at her own confusion, like her brain hadn't caught up with reality. Her chest rose and fell unevenly. Her hand moved instinctively to adjust the sports bra she was now wearing. She frowned at the motion, like her own body betrayed her without permission. The compact suddenly pulsed, just once, faint and weak. A soft gasp escaped her. Did you see that? I nodded. It reacted to you. Great, she muttered. So, it likes ruining my life. Maybe it means there's still a way to fix this, I said. Her eyes flicked up to mine, searching, doubting, hoping, everything all at once. Then the women left the locker room. She exhaled shakily, her shoulders dropping. For a moment, the fight in her eyes dimmed, replaced by a quiet exhaustion. Look, I'm sorry I yelled, she mumbled. I don't know how to handle this. You don't have to handle it alone. She studied me for a long moment, as if weighing the truth of that sentence. Finally, she nodded once. Okay, she whispered. Help me. Then she swallowed, gathering herself, voice trembling. My name is... She paused again, confused. I remember. Alex. That's good, I said. That's something. She shook her head. Alex doesn't fit anymore. I didn't disagree. Then, she whispered, looking down at her new body with a strange softness. What am I supposed to call myself now? The compact pulsed again, brighter this time. She stared at it, and I swear it almost felt like it was waiting for her answer. Alex, no. The woman Alex had become followed me out of the locker room like every step might collapse under her. The gym looked different now, brighter somehow, every mirror a threat, and every person a potential witness. Just keep your head down, I whispered. That's easy for you to say, she muttered, adjusting her ponytail like it was a foreign object growing out of her scalp. I can feel eyes on me even when nobody's looking. But something was happening. Something neither of us anticipated. People were looking, but not with suspicion. With admiration. A guy doing bicep curls slowed down, eyes widening. A girl on the treadmill practically broke pace, watching her. The trainer at the front desk straightened like someone just walked in from a magazine photo shoot. Alex shrank back, panic rising in her throat. Why is everyone staring at me? Because, I whispered, you look beautiful. Her eyes snapped to mine, a wave of emotions crashing at once. Fear, disbelief, a strange, fragile hope. No, she said firmly. I don't want to look beautiful. I want to look like me. Before I could answer, a voice called out. Excuse me. We both turned sharply. A woman dressed in striking athleisure approached us confidently, her ponytail swinging behind her like she owned the place. Alex froze. I felt her grip tighten on my sleeve. Are you new here? The woman asked, her eyes scanning Alex from head to toe. Alex didn't breathe. I stepped in quickly. She's visiting. Just helping me with something. Oh, the woman said, nodding slowly, but her eyes remained fixed on Alex. You should try the women's strength class. You'd look amazing doing deadlifts. Alex choked on air. No. Thank you, I don't lift things like, ever. The woman laughed.
Shy, huh?
Cute. And with that she walked off, leaving Alex stunned and red-faced. Cute. Alex hissed at me the moment she was gone. She called me no.
Nope.
I'm losing it. This isn't happening. I gently pulled her toward a quieter corner near the stretching mats. You're overthinking, I said. You would too, she snapped, if the entire world suddenly switched how they perceived you. Her voice dropped suddenly. But did you hear her? She treated me like I've always been a woman. I nodded slowly. That means the compact did more than change your body. Alex swallowed thickly. It changed how they see me. A dangerous thought crept into her voice. Not fear this time, but curiosity. Before I could say anything, she jumped at a loud beep from the gym entrance. A delivery guy walked in holding 2 boxes and scanning the room. Order for, Isabel? Anyone here by that name? My blood went cold. Isabella. My girlfriend. Here. Not home. Not at work. Not safe away from this disaster. Here. Why is she here? Alex whispered, clutching my arm. I don't know. I admitted, pulse accelerating. But if she sees you with me, looking like this, she'll think we're… Alex understood instantly. Her face paled. Oh, God. We ducked behind a row of elliptical machines as the delivery guy looked around. Isabella? Pick up. If she answered, if she walked in, this would all explode. My relationship. Alex's identity. Everything. I peeked through the machines, scanning. No sign of her. But then, my phone buzzed. A text from Isabella.
Jim.
Emergency. Where are you? I froze. Alex saw the message and her breath hitched. What do we do? She whispered. First, we hide you, I said. She can't see you like this. Alex's voice trembled. Where? There's nowhere left. A staff member walked past. A couple laughed loudly near the water station. A man dropped a weight with a heavy thud. Every noise echoed like a warning bell. Then Alex grabbed my wrist, panic giving her strength. Nobody can know I'm like this. Nobody. I can't even handle seeing myself, let alone. Her voice cracked. I held her shoulders.
Hey.
Look at me. Her eyes lifted, shimmering with fear. We're going to get through this. But you need to trust me. She hesitated, then nodded. I scanned the gym again fast and found the only safe spot left. The sauna room, I whispered. Nobody uses it this early. Hide there until I figure out why Isabella came. Alex didn't argue. She just followed, her steps shaky but determined. We reached the sauna door. But right as I pushed it open, the compact buzzed inside her sports bra. She gasped, gripping her chest. It's reacting again, she whispered. And this time, a faint pink glow seeped from inside her clothing. Her silhouette shimmered for half a second, and the air felt electric. Alex staggered, grabbing the wall. Something's changing again, she whimpered. I caught her just as her knees buckled. But before either of us could speak, a familiar voice echoed from behind us. A voice that made my stomach drop through the floor. Babe, why are you here? And who is she? We turned slowly. Isabella stood there, looking straight at Alex. For one horrifying second, nobody moved. Not me. Not Alex, still trembling, still glowing faintly. Not Isabella, who stared at her with a look I'd only ever seen when she sensed something was terribly wrong. Who is she? Isabella repeated, slower this time, every word tense. Alex stiffened beside me. Her eyes widened like a cornered animal. I stepped forward instantly. She's just, someone from my class. She needed help with the gym. Isabella snapped. Since when do you train women you've never mentioned? My heart hammered like it wanted out of my chest. Alex tried to look anywhere except Isabella's eyes, but that only made it worse. Her hands shook. Her breathing stuttered. And the faint pink shimmer under her skin pulsed again. Isabella noticed. Her furrowed. Are you okay? She asked Alex, suspicion melting briefly into concern. Alex tried to speak, but the compact inside her sports bra buzzed like a trapped hornet. She gasped, stumbling back. I grabbed her elbow. She's just dizzy. From what? Isabella demanded. From turning into a woman 10 minutes ago, I almost blurted. But instead I breathed, slow, steady, practiced. She's dehydrated. I'm helping her to the sauna. Isabella folded her arms. That doesn't make sense, babe. Why didn't you tell me you were with someone? And why is she holding on to you like her life depends on it? Alex flinched. I felt her grip tighten on my wrist. Her voice, when it came, was barely a whisper, soft, unfamiliar, trembling. I'm sorry. Isabella's head snapped toward her. Sorry for what? Alex swallowed. For causing trouble. Her tone light, high-pitched, delicate. Didn't sound like any version of Alex she remembered. Of course it didn't. She'd never heard Alex speak as a woman before. Isabella blinked, confused. Before she could press further, the compact buzzed again. This time louder. Alex's knees wobbled. A soft ripple crossed her skin like the glow wanted to spread. Isabella's eyes widened. What was that? Nothing, I said too fast. I gently pulled Alex toward the sauna door. But Isabella stepped in front of us, blocking the path. Move, she said.
Her voice was calm. Too calm.
Isabella, I whispered, this isn't what you think. Then tell me what it is. She looked between us. Why is she clinging to you? Why are you shaking? And why does it look like she's glowing? Alex whispered, barely audible. I can't do this. Her voice cracked so beautifully, so painfully, that Isabella's expression flickered again. From suspicion, to confusion, to something closer to pity. Isabella softened a little. Sweetheart, are you hurt? Alex squeezed her eyes shut. I just need a minute. Isabella stepped aside automatically, maternal instinct overriding everything else, and we guided Alex into the sauna. The door shut behind us. The moment it clicked, Alex collapsed onto the wooden bench. Her breath came fast and shallow, her hands gripping the edges like the room was spinning. I knelt in front of her. It's okay. Just breathe. Her voice cracked. She saw me.
She looked at me.
What if she recognized? She didn't, I said firmly. She thinks you're a stranger. Alex covered her face with both hands. But I'm not. I'm not a woman. I'm not this. I don't know how to move, how to talk, how to even exist in this body. What if I mess up and she figures out? She won't, I whispered. I won't let her. The compact buzzed again. Alex flinched violently. Her voice shook. It's changing me again. I leaned closer. What do you feel? She looked down at herself, hands trembling over her chest, waist, thighs. It's like, she searched for words, like my body keeps adjusting, refining, like it's reshaping me into something more convincing. Her fingers brushed her cheek. Even my face feels different. I swallowed. The glow under her skin was fading now, settling. Alex exhaled shakily. Why me? Why did that stupid compact choose me? Before I could answer, the sauna door clicked. Alex's eyes flew open. The door cracked an inch, and Isabella peered inside. I'm coming in. I jumped to my feet. Isabella. No, she needs space. I don't care, she said quietly. I need answers. She stepped inside and shut the door behind her. Alex froze. Isabella's gaze swept slowly from me to Alex, analyzing every detail, the trembling fingers, the flushed cheeks, the fear. I'm not blind, Isabella said softly. Something's wrong, and you two are hiding it from me. My throat tightened. Alex's chest rose and fell too fast. Isabella stepped closer. Look, I'm not here to attack you. I just want the truth. She knelt down a little, trying to catch Alex's eyes. Are you okay? She asked gently. Do you need medical help? Do you want me to call someone? Alex opened her mouth, but no words came out. Her panic was back. I jumped in. She just needs rest. Please. Isabella looked at me long and hard. That's not all, she said finally. There's more. I can feel it. She turned to Alex. I don't know you, but whatever's happening, you don't have to be scared. I won't judge you. Alex's lip trembled.
Aye.
The compact buzzed sharply. Alex gasped, arching forward as if pulled by invisible strings. Isabella's face drained of color. Oh my God, what is happening to you? The glow burst outward in a thin halo. Alex cried out, a soft, feminine sound she couldn't hide. And Isabella, finally seeing something impossible, stumbled back, horrified and confused. What, I asked she. Alex whispered one sentence. A sentence that shattered every lie we'd tried to hold up. I'm not who you think. The sauna felt suddenly too small, too hot, too full of secrets. Alex sat hunched forward, clutching her sides as the faint pink light pulsed underneath her skin again. A soft heartbeat of magic she couldn't control. Isabella stood frozen near the door, eyes wide, breathing hard. What do you mean you're not who I think? She whispered, voice cracking in a way that made my stomach twist. Alex swallowed hard. Her new voice trembled like glass. I can't explain. Not yet. The glow rippled up her arms. Isabella flinched. Her hand shot out behind her, finding the wall for support. You're glowing. People don't glow. What are you? Alex squeezed her eyes shut. I'm not anything. I'm not supposed to be like this. Her voice broke on the last word. I stepped between them, gently raising my hands. Isabella, listen. She's not dangerous. Not dangerous? She's lighting up like a Christmas tree. Her voice bounced off the wooden walls. Tell me what's happening, or I swear. The compact inside Alex's sports bra emitted a quiet click. Alex stiffened. Then, her hair suddenly lengthened by an inch, dark strands spilling further down her shoulders like molten silk. Isabella gasped so loudly it echoed. Alex whimpered, grabbing the bench as another change rolled through her. Subtle, softening every angle of her face, rounding the curve of her hip. She looked down at herself in horror. I can't stop it, she whispered. It keeps finishing me. Isabella backed up until she hit the wall. What does that mean, finishing you? Her voice rose with every word. What are you becoming? Alex looked at me.
Terrified. Lost.
I don't know, she whispered. I kneel beside Alex, gently cupping her hands. You're okay. We'll figure this out. But Alex jerked back. No, we won't. I was a normal guy 20 minutes ago. Now I can feel my own bones shifting. What if I get stuck like this? Her panic crashed into the room like a wave. Isabella stared at us as if she'd stepped into someone else's nightmare. You were a what? She whispered. Silence. Then Isabella shook her head sharply.
No.
No, I didn't hear that. He, she, whatever, didn't just say. Alex met her eyes. I was a man. The words landed like a slap. Isabella's face drained of color. You expect me to believe that? Alex laughed bitterly through her panic.
No.
I don't. I barely believe it. A soft pop crackled in the air. Alex winced. Her eyelashes thickened and curled. Her lips plumped slightly. Her collarbones sharpened with elegant definition. Every tiny detail pushing her further away from her old self. Isabella stared in awe and horror. The glow finally dimmed. Alex slumped, exhausted. I touched her shoulder. Is it over? She nodded weakly. For now. Isabella exhaled shakily, hands trembling. Okay. She pressed a palm to her forehead. So let me get this straight. This woman here was a guy. And she touched something, and it turned her into this. Alex's voice came out small. Yes. Isabella pointed at her. And you aren't done changing? Alex shook her head. It's like the magic keeps perfecting me. Isabella shuddered. That's terrifying. Alex flinched. I shot Isabella a sharp look.
Hey.
Not helping. I'm being honest, she snapped. I walked in expecting to see someone fainting, not someone transforming into a different person. Alex's voice was barely a whisper. I didn't ask for this. Isabella looked at her again, really looked. At the shaking hands, the blotchy eyes, the trembling lip. Something in Isabella's expression softened. Okay, she breathed. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You didn't choose this. No one spoke for a long moment. Then Isabella stepped slowly closer. Can I sit? She asked. Alex nodded without lifting her head. Isabella lowered herself onto the bench beside her, carefully, as if Alex were fragile. A moment passed. Then Isabella whispered, "What exactly triggered all this?" Alex reached shakily into her sports bra and pulled out the compact. The silver surface shimmered faintly, alive, waiting. Isabella inhaled sharply through her teeth. That thing did this? Alex nodded. It showed me a reflection that wasn't mine. I didn't understand. Then, before I could react, everything changed. I added quietly. And he, that is Alex, only opened it because she grabbed the wrong bag. Isabella rubbed her arms, uneasy. Whose bag was it? Alex met my eyes. And I answered. I think it was meant for me. The air went still. Isabella stared. What? Alex whispered. It reacted the moment he touched it. Not me. A cold weight pressed on my chest. Isabella's eyes widened slowly. So, that compact chose you? I swallowed hard. I don't know. But my hands shook. Because, deep down, a part of me suspected Isabella was right. Alex grabbed my wrist suddenly, eyes wide with fear. What if it did choose you? What if it was meant to change you? And because I touched it first, this happened to me instead. My breath caught. Isabella's jaw clenched. That means the magic isn't done. Alex whispered. And what if it wants you next? Before I could answer, the compact vibrated sharply, glowing faint pink in Alex's hands. We all instinctively leaned back. Alex gasped. It's waking up again. Isabella whispered. Oh God, it's not done. The locker room was silent except for the hum of the vents and Ion's shaky breathing. He stood in front of the mirror, his reflection a confused, terrified version of himself, while I stood behind him holding the gym's makeover kit that we only used for live events. Bro, why do you even have that stuff? He whispered. I smirked. Gym policies. We do full-body transformations for promo shoots. And today, I tapped the box. You volunteered. I didn't volunteer.
You blackmailed me, he snapped.
And you swore at me. I reminded him. That means punishment. He clenched his jaw, but didn't argue. The bet had rules. And I felt this crazy thrill I couldn't explain. I pulled out the cleansing wipes and walked toward him slowly, deliberately, like a surgeon about to begin an operation. He backed up. Dude, don't do this, please. You said you'd do anything if I didn't report you. Don't forget. The fight drained out of him. He sat on the locker bench and closed his eyes. I started wiping his face, gently. The moment the cold wipe touched his skin, he shivered. Relax, I said. But secretly, my own hands weren't steady either. Why was I feeling this? This strange excitement, this tension, this charge in the air? I opened a small packet. Ion sniffed. What's that? Eyebrow tweezers, I said casually. His eyes flew open.
No.
Don't touch my eyebrows. My mom will kill me. You want to post that video of me? Or get pretty eyebrows? His silence said everything. I held his chin and tilted his face toward the light. He swallowed hard, letting me shape the edges of his eyebrows just enough to soften them.
Not girly.
Just refined. But the effect? Instant. He looked younger.
Softer.
Almost cute. He noticed it too. His throat bobbed nervously. Bro, what are you turning me into? Someone who won't mess with trainers again. But even I didn't believe that anymore. This wasn't just punishment. This was transformation. I took out a small palette.
He stiffened.
What's that?
Contour, I said.
For guys? It's gender neutral. I lied. It wasn't. Not the way I used it. I brushed soft shadows along his jaw, cheekbones, and nose. He watched himself in the mirror, eyes widening more with each stroke. His features sharpened. His cheekbones lifted. His nose looked slimmer. Ion touched his face. Dude, I look different. He didn't say ugly. He didn't say weird. He said different. And there was fear in his voice, but also something else. Curiosity. I walked behind him and unzipped the last section of the makeover kit, a place even the staff rarely touched. He heard the zipper and froze. What is that?" he asked. I held up a perfectly styled shoulder-length wig, silky black, smooth as water. He went pale.
No.
"No way. I'm not wearing that." "You will," I said. "And you'll help me test the new gym photo shoot filter." "I'm not your doll. You want me to forget what happened outside?" He shut up. I gently placed the wig on his head. It fell perfectly, framing his face like it was made for him. He looked in the mirror and gasped. Not because he looked ridiculous. He didn't. He looked beautiful. Not fully feminine. Not fully masculine. Just striking.
Alive.
Vulnerable. Human. His breathing changed. Slower.
Softer.
His lips parted. He touched the wig with trembling fingers. I don't even look like me," he whispered. "You look like a version of you no one's ever seen," I said quietly. He stared at his reflection, eyes full of confusion. Why does this feel weirdly good?" he whispered. That's when I knew. The transformation wasn't the shocking part. His reaction was. Because Ion, the toughest, rudest, most ego-filled guy in this gym, was looking at himself and actually liking what he saw. I opened the last locker. Inside, a tank top designed for female trainees, tight, cropped, soft material. Gyms use them for promotional videos. His face turned beet red.
No.
Hell no. Bro, please. But I held it out. You're already halfway transformed, I said softly. This will finish the look. He covered his face with both hands. His voice cracked. Man, what am I becoming? I didn't answer, because even I didn't know anymore. All I knew was this. He slipped the tank top on. And the moment he did, everything changed again. His posture, his expression, his energy. A quietness settled over him. A softness. A surrender. Ion didn't look like a dude being punished anymore. He looked like someone discovering a hidden part of themselves. And the scariest part? He didn't fight it. Not this time. As he stared at himself, transformed, confused, beautiful, my phone buzzed. A notification. From the gym security system. Recording saved. My blood froze. I turned pale. Because the camera, the one in the corner of the locker room, the one that wasn't supposed to be active, had captured everything. And someone else, someone we didn't know, was already watching it. Ion was staring at his reflection, his wig slightly tilted, his contour sharp, the cropped tank hugging his torso. When he noticed my face, I had gone completely still. "What happened?" he whispered. I didn't speak. I just turned my phone around so he could read the notification glowing on the screen. Camera 04. Recording autosaved. Motion detected. 9:42 p.m. Files sent to remote user. Ion's lips parted. No, tell me that's fake. Tell me that's fake. I don't know. My voice came out then. Ion's eyes snapped toward the corner of the locker room, toward the small round lens on the ceiling. The red indicator light was blinking. Blinking. Recording. "Bro," he cried. You just, and I'm." He stared at his transformation in the mirror and nearly choked. "People are going to see this. I look like. He couldn't finish the sentence. He backed away from the mirror, shaking, grabbing the wig like he was going to rip it off. "Don't," I yelled before I could stop myself. He froze. I swallowed hard. "If you pull it off, it'll look worse.
On the footage, I mean.
You'll look panicked, exposed. It'll make the video even more viral." His knees nearly buckled. He grabbed the locker for support. "Bro, I can't be seen like this. I can't, my friends, my family, my whole neighborhood." His voice trembled so violently it didn't sound like him anymore. This wasn't the cocky guy who challenged me to a fight. This wasn't the rude gym bully. This was someone terrified of losing the identity he clung to. Someone who suddenly had everything to lose. Then my phone buzzed again. A new message. From an unknown number. A single sentence. Nice work. Finish the transformation. My blood ran ice cold. Ayan read it over my shoulder and collapsed onto the bench.
And no.
Someone's watching us live. I didn't answer. Because another message came instantly. Part 2 required. Don't disappoint. I felt a chill slide down my spine. This wasn't a random leak. This wasn't a bug. Someone was controlling this. Someone who knew the cameras. Someone who knew the rooms. Someone who had been watching long before this moment. Ayan grabbed my arm with both hands. We need to leave.
Right now.
We need to get out of this room. The door suddenly beeped. Both of us turned toward the sound. The automatic lock clicked. The door locked itself. Ayan's breath hitched. He ran to it, yanking the handle. Nothing. It's locked. Why is it locked? This is a gym, not a prison. My phone buzzed again. No one leaves until the task is complete. Ayan's eyes filled with horror. Bro, we're trapped. A video call request popped up. Same unknown number. The icon pulsed. Ayan backed away like the phone was a bomb. Don't pick it up. Don't. But the request auto-answered. The screen lit up. Static. Then, a figure appeared. Not a face. Not a person. Just a dark silhouette sitting behind a desk, backlit, so we couldn't see their features. A voice came through a distorted filter.
Slow. Calm.
Too calm. Impressive start. Ayan nearly collapsed again. Who are you? He screamed. The silhouette ignored him completely.
Trainer, the voice said to me.
You have skill. Precision.
Control.
Finish the process. I'm not doing this for your entertainment, I snapped. You misunderstand. The silhouette tilted its head. This isn't entertainment. This is a test. A test for what? Ayan shouted. The voice paused, then said, Identity. Ayan's breath caught. I stepped in front of him automatically, shielding him without realizing it. What do you want? I demanded. The voice spoke slowly. You have 15 minutes. Complete the transformation, or the recording goes public. The call ended. The screen went black. Ayan grabbed my shoulders. Bro, listen to me. I can't let anyone see me like this. Please. I'll do anything, but don't let them post that video. His voice cracked. He wasn't pretending anymore. This was raw, desperate fear. I swallowed hard. The kit sat open on the bench. Mascara. Eyeliner. A lip gloss. Padding. A shorts.
Sports bra.
A soft hoodie. Hair clips.
Blush.
Setting spray. A full transformation set. I stared at it, then at Ayan. His eyes were glassy. You're the only one who can fix this, he whispered. Please just do what they say. His voice hit different. It wasn't anger. It wasn't ego. It wasn't even fear now.
It was trust.
A scared, helpless trust he didn't want to give me, but had no choice. I took a breath. Ayan, I said quietly. If I do this, if I finish this transformation, you won't look like yourself anymore. He looked down at his reflection, his softened face, the wig framing his jawline, the cropped tank. He shivered. I already don't.
Silence.
Then he nodded. Do it. As I reached for the mascara, the gym lights flickered. Once.
Twice.
Then everything went dark, except the screen of my phone, where the unknown number sent one final message. SHE looks better in the dark. A chill shot through my spine. They didn't say he. They said she. And Ayan, standing behind me in the wig, tank top, soft contour, whispered, Bro, why do I feel like they already know what I'm going to look like? The light snapped off so suddenly that the entire gym felt like it had died. The humming of machines stopped. The background music cut abruptly. Only the emergency exit sign glowed faint red across the room, flickering like a heartbeat on life support. Ayan's breathing echoed behind me. Too fast, too sharp. Bro, don't leave me in the dark. Please don't. I'm right here, I whispered. I squeezed his wrist so he could feel me. Then my phone vibrated. A new message. Time's up. Continue. The glow from the screen pushed the darkness back only a little. Enough for me to see Ayan's outline. His wig cast a subtle shadow across his cheek, his newly softened jawline blurring under the faint red exit sign. He looked different. Not just physically. His entire presence had changed. Less cocky. Less confrontational. More vulnerable, yet strangely braver in a way I hadn't seen before. Like he was holding on to himself by the thinnest thread. His voice cracked as he stepped closer. I don't care what they want. I just don't want the world to see me like this confused, half-changed, caught in the middle. Please finish it. His words hit me harder than they should have. Because he wasn't fighting anymore. He wasn't pretending to be tough. He wasn't trying to run from the mirror. He was facing it. Facing himself. I took a breath and nodded. Okay, I said softly. Let's do this. Using my phone flashlight, I guided him to sit on the bench again. He did, slowly, cautiously, like every movement felt foreign in his changed body. I lifted the mascara. His lashes were trembling. Look up, I said. He obeyed. He didn't blink as I brushed the wand upward, coating each lash until his eyes transformed, instantly bigger, softer, prettier. His breath hitched. I reached for the eyeliner. He swallowed hard. You okay? He nodded. I just never thought I'd look like this. I didn't know it was possible. His voice carried fear, but also something else. Wonder. I traced a thin line across his lash line. He shivered slightly, not from discomfort. Something deeper. Next, I lifted the blush compact. Ayan spoke before I even touched him. Try not to make me look cute, he whispered. I cracked a small, humorless smile. Too late. A soft pink glow warmed his cheeks instantly, transforming him from guy forced into this to girl trying to make sense of it. He inhaled shakily. This is really happening. Yeah, I said quietly. It is. Stand up. He did, hesitant. I handed him the soft sports bra and compression shorts. He stared at them like they were explosives. I have to wear these. Yes. He looked down at himself, at the faint curves the compact had already gifted him, and exhaled through his teeth. Screw it. He turned around. I heard the faint shuffle of clothes. Fabric sliding over skin. A quiet gasp. A tug. Then, bro. This feels too real. You're doing great, I said gently. He turned. And under the dim light, he looked like a completely different person. Not just physically, but emotionally. He wasn't fighting his reflection anymore. He was accepting it, maybe even leaning into it. My phone buzzed again. A video file, sent from the same unknown number. Ayan froze. Don't open it, he whispered. Don't. But it autoplayed. The screen lit up, showing security camera footage from earlier. Me opening the compact. Ayan touching it. The transformation. The panic. The moment I started doing his makeup. Everything. Ayan's face drained of color. Oh my god. But then the clip cut abruptly. The silhouette from earlier appeared again. Only this time, they weren't sitting behind a desk. They were standing in a hallway. A hallway that looked exactly like this gym. A voice came through, distorted, unnatural. Good. The mask fits her better now. Ayan stiffened. Her? Then the silhouette lifted their hand and revealed a keycard. The gym master keycard. The lock clicked loudly in the dark. Both of us whipped our heads toward the sound. A slow creak followed. The locker room door opened. Just a crack. A thin rectangle of light spilling into the darkness. And a voice. Soft. Low. But crystal clear. Come out. It's time she meets herself properly. Ayan stumbled back, panicked. Who is that? How do they know what I look like now? I stepped in front of him. Whoever was out there. They weren't guessing. They had planned this. They had orchestrated everything. They knew the compact. They knew the cameras. They knew how Ayan would transform. They knew the timing. They wanted this. They wanted her. The silhouette's shadow stretched across the floor, long and sharp. Closer, closer, stopping just at the threshold. A cold breath rolled into the room like fog. Don't hide, the voice murmured. You belong to this side now. Ion's trembling hand gripped my arm. Bro, please don't let them take me. Please. He wasn't acting. He wasn't exaggerating. He was terrified. And the worst part?
So was I.
The shadow stepped fully into the room. Not a gym trainer. Not a random stranger. Someone wearing a black hoodie with the gym logo. And a silver compact identical to mine hanging from their neck. Their voice softened. Almost warm. Ion, you were always meant to be her. Ion gasped. I froze. The figure smiled. And said, let me show you who you really are. The figure stepped deeper into the locker room, and every instinct in my body told me to pull Ion behind me. His grip on my arm tightened until I could feel his nails digging into my skin. The stranger lowered their hood, and for a moment, everything inside me froze. Because the face staring back wasn't a stranger's. It wasn't a trainer, or a manager, or someone we brushed past earlier. It was someone we knew. Not personally, but we'd seen them many times. Maya, the gym's wellness counselor. The one who always smiled too closely. The one who always complimented Ion's pretty eyes and delicate bone structure. The one we always thought was just a little off. She wasn't smiling now. Her expression wasn't playful. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't even human. It was purposeful, calculated,
Cold.
and yet somehow, weirdly proud. Ion, she whispered, stepping forward, I told you from the first day, you had something special. Ion staggered back, his voice cracking. Maya? What the hell is happening? Why are you here? Why are you saying that? She tilted her head. Because you're finally becoming who you were meant to be. Ion choked.
No.
No, this isn't me. This isn't permanent. I'm going back. I'm going back right now. He moved toward the locker, desperate to undo everything. Maya snapped her fingers. The compact around her neck shimmered. And Ion froze. Not physically, emotionally. His breath dropped shallow. His pupils widened. His shoulders trembled like his thoughts were slipping. He whispered, horrified. Why can't I move? Maya stepped closer. You can move, she said. But you can't run from yourself. I shoved her back instinctively. She slid a step but didn't fall. Instead, she smiled, not at me but past me. At Ion. You feel it, don't you? She murmured. The calm. The resonance. The rightness. Ion's lips trembled. No, I don't. I'm scared. You're scared because it's real, she said softly. Authenticity is terrifying. I pulled Ion behind me again. What do you want? I demanded. Maya tapped the silver compact. The same thing you've already started. Ion's transformation. We didn't start anything, I shouted. It was an accident. Maya cut me off. There are no accidents. Not with these. She held up her compact. The surface rippled like water. These mirrors don't create anything. They only reveal what someone already carries inside. A chill rushed up my spine. Ion stared at her, voice barely audible. So, you're saying this female body, this face, is who I actually am? No, she answered. It's who you avoid being. Ion shook his head violently.
No.
I'm not. His voice cracked into silence. Maya approached him slowly, almost tenderly. Ion, from the day you walked into this gym, I knew. The hesitation in your posture, the softness in your eyes, the way you looked at the women around you, admiring, longing, comparing. Stop, he gasped. Stop talking. You saw them, Maya whispered. So easily themselves. Beautiful without trying. Free in a way you've never let yourself be. Ion clenched his fists. You don't know anything about me. I know you better than you know yourself. Ion tried to back away, but he hit the lockers.
Trapped. Cornered.
Maya took another step. You think the compact picked you randomly? She said. You think I didn't see how you watched the mirror when you thought no one else noticed? You think I don't know why you push yourself so hard at the gym, not to build yourself, but to hide something? Ayan's eyes widened, too wide. She was striking nerves he never wanted exposed. What do you mean hide? Maya smiled softly. You've been suffocating your real self for years. You just needed a push. Ayan suddenly looked at me, and the panic in his eyes wasn't from the transformation anymore. It was from realization. Something inside him was breaking open. Something he had locked away. Something he was terrified to face. Maya stopped only inches away from him. And, do you know who told me? Ayan stiffened. Told you what? Maya leaned in. About you. About the signs. About your habits. About the way you stare at your own reflection when you think you're alone. Ayan's voice collapsed to a whisper. Who told you? Maya's smile widened. The answer landed like a bomb. Your girlfriend, Isabella. Ayan's breath left his body. My stomach dropped. He whispered. Isabella? No, she wouldn't. She asked me to help you, Maya added. To guide you. To push you. To show you what you keep running from. Ayan's knees buckled. He slid down the lockers, dizzy. Isabella knew? She thinks I want this? She thinks I'm not me? Maya crouched to his level. She thinks you've been hiding. And she's right. A tear slipped down Ayan's cheek. The first he'd let fall since this entire nightmare began. Not from pain. Not from fear. From truth. Raw truth. Maya extended her hand. Ayan, it's time to stop pretending. Stand up. He didn't move. He couldn't. He looked at me. Lost, fragile, unraveling. Bro, if Isabella said all this, what does that even mean? What am I supposed to do? I knelt beside him. I don't know, I said quietly. But you're not alone. Maya stepped back, giving him space. But she wasn't finished. Take your time, she said. When you're ready, I will complete her transformation. Ayan's head jerked up. Her. I'm not her. But even he didn't finish the sentence. He couldn't, because he didn't know anymore. His voice broke. Maya whispered the final blow. You've already started becoming her, Ayan. You can feel it. He closed his eyes. And didn't deny it. The locker room felt suffocating. The shadows from the emergency exit signs stretched long across the floor, flickering with each of Ayan's shallow breaths. He sat on the bench, knees drawn up, wig slightly askew, tank top hugging him uncomfortably. His hands shook as he stared at the silver compact Maya held. Then, the sound of the front door. The faint click of heels on tile. The soft, deliberate pace of someone who knows exactly where they're going. Ayan's head snapped up. Isabella, he whispered. His voice was barely audible, trembling with fear and anticipation. Maya didn't answer. She just smirked. And the door opened. Isabella stepped in. Her presence filled the room. Not just physically, but emotionally. Her eyes were sharp, focused, and there was a strange, unreadable smile on her lips. Ayan froze. The wig slipped slightly as he tried to shrink back. Isabella, he choked. You knew about this? She tilted her head. Of course I knew. Her gaze flicked to me. And you, she said softly, almost mockingly. You didn't tell him, did you? I shook my head. Her smile widened. Not cruel, not playful, something else. Dominant. Calculated. Authoritative. Good, she said. Let him see everything before he decides. The truth uncovered. Ayan's hands flew to his face. Wait, what do you mean, everything? Isabella stepped closer. You've been hiding from yourself, Ayan. And I've been watching. Not to shame you. Not to punish. But to guide you. He backed away, almost tripping. Guide me? What the hell does that even mean? Maya's voice cut in. He doesn't have a choice. Not really. You've already started transforming. The only thing left is to see it through. Ayan's lips parted. Tears welled in his eyes. He whispered, voice cracking. I can't. I'm not. You are, Isabella interrupted. And you know it. You just refuse to admit it. His knees buckled. He sank to the floor, the wig slipping further down, framing his terrified face. He was vulnerable,
Exposed.
and every part of him, the part he tried to hide, was screaming at him to accept what he'd always feared. He wasn't just changing. He was becoming. Maya stepped back. The compact glimmered ominously under the red light. I will complete the transformation if he allows it. If he resists, the choice is his, and his secret may be exposed. Isabella knelt beside Ayan. Her hand rested lightly on his shoulder. Do you want to go back to hiding? Or do you want to see yourself for who you really are? He shook his head violently. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, you do, Isabella whispered. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do you recognize the person staring back at you? Ayan slowly turned his gaze. The mirror reflected soft, delicate cheekbones, eyes wide and shimmering, a wig framing a face that was not entirely his own, but it belonged to him, somehow. He swallowed hard. His trembling hands reached up to touch his reflection. His breath hitched.
I.
Maya's voice was calm, almost soothing.
Yes. She. And you. Both.
You're not losing yourself. You're finding yourself. Ayan's hands fell to his lap. He shook his head, tears running freely now. I don't know if I can, if I'm ready, if I'm allowed. Isabella leaned in, whispering softly. You're allowed. You just have to stop fighting it. Something shifted in him. A surrender. A trembling, terrified surrender. He exhaled slowly, letting the air release years of fear, shame, and doubt. Then his fingers brushed against the compact. A soft glow lit his hands, and the room seemed to breathe with him. He gasped. It's working, he whispered. His voice cracked. I feel different. Alive but scared. Isabella smiled warmly. Maya's expression softened slightly. You're not alone, Isabella said. Not anymore. Step by step, we guided him through the final touches. The mascara enhanced his lashes. The eyeliner softened the intensity in his eyes. The blush warmed his cheeks, completing the subtle shift from boy to her. The cropped tank and sports bra emphasized the new contours of his body, revealing strength and fragility at the same time. He looked in the mirror. This time, he didn't flinch.
He didn't resist.
He didn't hide. He saw her, and he whispered, I'm beautiful? Yes, Isabella said. Exactly as you were always meant to be. Maya's fingers brushed the compact once more, and the final glow spread across Ayan's, now fully her, reflection. Ayan's eyes shimmered with tears, a mixture of fear, wonder, and acceptance. She turned to me, voice quivering. Bro. I think. I like this, me. I think. I swallowed hard. My own heart raced, because the person standing before me wasn't just Ayan transformed. She was alive, radiant, and whole in a way none of us could have imagined. Isabella stepped back. Maya smiled, handing her the compact. Now the world knows. Are you ready to live in it? Ayan, or she now, looked at the mirror, at us, at herself, and whispered. I don't know, but I think I'm ready. The locker room door opened. A shadow flickered outside, and a distorted voice came from the hall. Congratulations, but the game isn't over yet. Her hands trembled. Her heart raced. And deep down, she knew. The next challenge, the real test, was only just beginning. The locker room was silent. Ayan, now fully herself, stood in the center, trembling slightly, breathing ragged but steadying with each exhale. The glow of the emergency exit flickered across her delicate features, highlighting the subtle curves that had been hidden for so long. Isabella and Maya exchanged a glance. No words were spoken. None were needed. Then the sound came. A soft click. Echoing footsteps from the hallway.
Slow.
Calculated. Knowing exactly where to find us. Ayan's body tensed. Who is it? She whispered. Her voice was almost unrecognizable, soft and melodic in a way that made her tremble with vulnerability. Maya's lips curved into a half-smile. They've been waiting for this moment, she said quietly. You've been chosen, but the game isn't over. From the shadows, a figure emerged.
Tall.
Unmoving. The emergency light glinted off a metallic object in their hand. A phone? A camera? Something else entirely? Isabella stepped forward. You're not welcome here, she said firmly. But the figure didn't respond. Instead, they stopped, letting the silence build. Then, in a calm, distorted voice, the words came. She's perfect, but is she ready? Ayan swallowed hard. The pronoun sent shivers down her spine. The voice knew her fully, knew the truth she had only just begun to accept. The figure held up the object, now clearly a small recording device. Every move, every choice has been observed. You've changed, but the world hasn't. And soon they will see you. Ayan froze. Fear clawed at her chest. Her hands trembled as she reached for the compact Maya had given her, the silver glow reflecting in her wide, scared eyes. I can't, she whispered. I'm not ready. Maya's hand rested lightly on her shoulder. Yes, you are, she said softly. You've already begun. There's no turning back now. The figure stepped closer, and the tension was unbearable. Each heartbeat echoed in the quiet room, loud and threatening.
Click.
The device blinked. The figure didn't speak again. They simply left, vanished into the hallway. But the threat lingered, a silent warning that everything had changed and that nothing would ever be the same. Ayan sank to the bench, her knees hugging her chest. Tears fell freely now, not just from fear, but from confusion, awe, and a deep, unexpected excitement. The reality of her transformation pressed on her like a weight, yet a strange thrill coursed through her veins. Bro, she whispered, looking at me. I don't know if I can handle this. I feel alive but terrified. Everything is different. I crouched beside her. You're not alone, I reminded her. You've made it this far. And you survived everything Maya and Isabella threw at you. You can handle whatever comes next. She nodded slowly, but her eyes were fixed on the hallway where the figure had disappeared. The fear hadn't gone. It had only multiplied. The emergency lights flickered one last time. The silence stretched. Then, from the distant hallway, a single, sharp click echoed. Next challenge starts soon. Ayan's eyes widened. Her hands trembled on the compact. Her reflection in the mirror, a girl she had only just begun to accept, stared back at her, alive and real. She whispered, barely audible. I have to be ready, but what if I'm not? The camera would see everything. The world would see her. Her secret life, her transformation, her fears, her desires. And there was no turning back. Then, as if on cue, her phone buzzed. A single message appeared. Are you ready to step outside yourself? Her heart raced. Her pulse thudded like a drum. She clenched the compact. And the screen faded to black.